Hey everyone, so just doing a video because something came to me as I was thinking, I was driving, and a couple of things came to me, and the first one I want to make sure I remember is that the reason why we have to basically rapidly change everything about how we've existed and make this massive switch to a world where we actually no longer have money, and I'll tell you why we need to do that in a moment again. The reason why we need to make that shift and do it quickly is because every single moment, every single one is giving birth to the next, and guess what? The perpetuation of the old ways where we've been living in an existence where we've been able to largely be manipulated by money and the value in resources rather than in the individual being is constantly creating perpetuation. Why is it doing that? Because, you know, the children that are being conceived and are going through that cycle of growth in the womb are experiencing already hardship, you know, where their parent is, or the mother carrying them is experiencing hardship. And that hardship isn't just like in the physical sense of maybe lack of food and things like that, which is obviously happening for such a large number of people, but actually, and their babies, but also it's in the psychological sense, because obviously the psychology of everything that's going wrong in the world and the focus being on that rather than creating a new world that can be amazing and beautiful and abundant, you know, with the one with gpms.world that you can learn more about, and you must learn more about, because this is an amazing thing that's going on right now. If you've not heard about it, you better find out what it's all about. Ongoing vote worldwide referendum about this very thing. So these babies are already experiencing levels of trauma. Can you imagine a world where basically everybody's already living abundantly, and all of those mothers that are conceiving their children are doing it in such a place of love and joy because everyone is in their best, because they're happy, because they've got everything they need, they're not having to pay for it, they've got no stress, and everybody just, you know, contributes to society in the ways that are good for the planet and good for the people. None of this rubbish corporations that have been created for profit and greed. No requirement for the jobs, the admin jobs in the insurance industry, for example. I mean, it's just, insurance is something that we won't actually need. So without all of that, then the mothers are going through a much better psychology of seeing everybody happy and fulfilled. They're feeling more happy and fulfilled. People are with who they want to be with. They're not anyway feeling trapped. There's no fighting, no war, because there's no money, which is obviously the driving force behind that. What, you know, if you don't really know that or have thought about that, think about this. You know, what is the one thing that is what is used to motivate most people to go and kill? Well, it's money, or, you know, the value of a resource, which is basically otherwise money. Yeah, so it's always largely money, and the human trafficking is all to do with money. Everything evil is to do with money. Wars to do with money. It's all allowed to continue because of money, but it's for the resources. They're fighting for resources. We're sharing resources worldwide because it's in the worldwide public interest to do that. We get really good at doing it because we're not restricted, because we don't have any funding restrictions. That obviously is what exists where you have money and you have people who want to control that flow of money. And the people who actually have all of the control over the money, and we do it equally, and everybody's abundant, and that's how we do it. It's easy, it's simple. And everything that is happening now that needs to happen continues to happen, but we have a whole lot more, and people are working a lot less if they wish to, because they're not wasting their whole lives working in an industry that just creates profit and greed for a few people. It's nonsense. So those children that are in the womb of their mother, who's so happy and fulfilled, is already learning that the life outside is abundant and there's joyous, and they come out in joy. We actually think that is absolutely natural for all babies to cry instantly when they come out of the womb. Maybe it doesn't matter how abundant everything is, because they get a little spank just to you know, make them take their first breath often, and that can be a bit of a shocker. But actually, we don't know. Maybe they'd be so resilient, you know, having had such a comfortable existence all of that way through the pregnancy, and feeling happy because their mother feels happy, that she would be able to tell them, that baby in the womb, communicate intuitively to that baby, when you come out, my sweetheart, we're just going to give you a little spank just to help you breathe, and that's why we do it, and you'll be absolutely fine. It will be slightly uncomfortable for a split second, but we need to do this to bring you into our new world, and then once you're done, everything is brilliant all the way from there. Then maybe, just maybe, a lot of those children wouldn't even cry then. Maybe, we don't know until we test it, right? So the point is when those children then come out into the world, they're parents and their families and their communities are fulfilled and abundant and happy, and they get to learn what they wish to learn. They're guided by their guardians, their parents, of course, and their communities. We don't have all of these children being left to die because they are as much of the community and a very important part of the community, obviously the most important part of the community. These new children that are born, they need to be looked after, and the community looks after them. That's what happens when there's no financial restraints, no money, no value in money. We get everything that we need to have free, and actually eventually we don't need money at all. It's a thing of the past. Yeah, we just do what we do because we're happy, because we're fulfilled. We've got everything we need, and we can live abundantly, and everybody can share. And everybody's happy to share because everybody's giving and they're receiving at the same time, all the time. It's just a beautiful thing. So this is why we've got to stop doing what we're doing, because as we keep on doing what we're doing, you've got the perpetuation, the psychology, the stress on the mothers of these children. It's hell on earth for these beings that are, haven't even really started their journey with us yet. We're starting them in the wrong ways. We need to start every single child off in the best way. We can only do that if we do it holistically as a whole, worldwide, coming together, unifying, agreeing, and realizing that we all come from a place of love, and that's what sparks creation in the first place. Yes, that we have abusers here and people that commit these horrible acts, and you can say that's not from love, but that happens because of how society has created people to be that way, and how the programming has created people to be that way. It's created the problems that come down from the parents to the children and pass on from the children to the children, etc. It's just, that's why we've got to stop this. And we can. Simple. Everything that we're talking with GPMS is far better than what's currently now. So you just need to learn about it. So that's my video today. Hope you found that interesting, and it's giving you something to think about. Have an amazing day. Lots of love.